Here we go, game 2 of the Cake Eater. Game 1 didn't go the Nordic's way, so working our way through the consolation bracket. Nordics in the whites, facing off against White Bear Lake in the black. Hadley Johnson skates it, trying to skate it out of his own. Not successful, but Remy is there to take over, gets it out. Tied up on the boards. There's Hadley back in the play. Hadley gains his own. Forced out wide and puck taken off the stick. And back come the Bears. They dump it in, intercepted by number 12, Sawyer Mickelson. Given up to Lydia. Lydia skates it in. Lydia cuts it back to the middle. Shoots one. Kicked away by the Bear goalie. And White Bear Lake skates it out. Having in the neutral zone. Gain the Nordics end. Slam on the brakes on Sawyer. She blocks their shot. And White Bear Lake with it around the Nordics net. Wrap around. Stop before it gets into Elliott. I think that's Lillian skating away with it. Lillian is. And she's tied up at the blue line. And White Bear Lake able to dump it right back in. Sawyer. Pass to Cora. Tip, no icing. Cora wins the race. Cora around the net. Pass out to the point, Sawyer. Sawyer fires one from the top. Rebound, Remy. Oh, Remy on open net. Shoots it through the crease. And back comes White Bear Lake. Solf meets him in the neutral zone. They skated in. Shot contested, not in on Elliott again. Back around the boards, Hadley Johnson gathers her up, chips it up on the boards. Solf's just got to win herself a race, and she's gonna. And she tries to send one back up the middle, but kept out of the middle by White Bear Lake. Almost held in there by Sydney, but oh, Hadley with a good move and then just kind of lost possession. White Bear Lake takes over. Sophia pokes it away, and White Bear Lake has it again. Hadley holds it in the neutral zone. Lydia cuts White Bear Lake off right as they enter the Nordics end, and Hadley again skates away with it. Hadley getting pestered with sticks the whole way, cuts it back. Hadley has a shot, and that's going to be a penalty. She dropped the penalty if nothing else. Shot went wide, but she's going to draw a hooking. Yeah, number 3 for the Bears, going away for 90 seconds. Cora shoots it from the face-off, almost gets in on net and everything. Sends it into the corner for Nula. Nula stick gets, or no, White Bear Lake stick gets swallowed up by the boards. That's something I've never seen before. Lillian Johnson steps up, shot blocked. White Bear Lake has it in the corner. Lydia Homestead shot deflected up high and back behind the net. White Bear Lake trying to clear, held in by Sawyer. Sawyer sends it down low. Cora was waiting, couldn't get in on Cora. Lydia turned a backhand and it rolled slowly in on the goalie. Made her work a little. Sydney McCambridge scores one from the blue line. I don't know if that was tipped. It didn't look like it. I wasn't watching. But it's 1-0 Nordics. We'll see what the announcer says, but that looks like it was all Sydney McCambridge. Face off, controlled by the Bears. And the Bears dump it in. They get it. And a good poke by Sydney. Yeah, they give the goal to Sydney McCambridge. Hadley takes possession behind Elliott. Hadley's got room to roam. She gets it across the red line. Into the Bear end, but she's out wide. Tries a centering pass, and that's deflected and intercepted by White Bear Lake. Back come the Bears. Sydney just kind of says, that puck's mine, throws it in the corner, then throws it around. Cora's going to gather it up. Cora tries to chip it out of the zone. Held in by White Bear Lake. Uh-oh. And White Bear Lake get in on Elliott, and Elliott turns that one down into the corner. And Sophia skates away with it. Sophia banks it off one board, off the net. We're going to call that move from now. We're going to call that move the Sophia signature. The bank off the boards and just beat you to the puck. Cora holds it in the White Bear end. Puck rings around the corner. Lydia holds it halfway up the zone. And White Bear is able to skate it out. Sawyer's back. Sawyer slaps it away. And ends up on the stick of Lillian Johnson. Lillian back behind Elliott. Cuts it up the middle, loses the handle on it, but she's going to get it back. Splits a couple of defenders. Nula stays on sides. Nula with the puck. Nula battling, sends one in on the goalie, and Nula scores. And it's 2-0 Nordics. Nula from Lillian. Oh, no. Hadley gets it back. Loses it again. Gets it back. Loses it again. Gets it back. Hadley battling for the puck. Trying to get it in down low to Remy. Intercepted. And back the other way comes White Bear. Sawyer. Don't let him get anywhere for the time being. Yep. Fine. And again, Sawyer not letting anybody go anywhere in her zone. Ends up on the stick of Lydia. Lydia cuts it back up the middle. Oh, and Lydia gets it slapped off of her stick. Puck comes out to June. June back to Sydney. Sydney sees some space. Cuts it up. Dumps it in. Sydney chases it down. She's going to get it in the corner. Has it around the net. Was looking for a centering pass, but I think ran out of room there. Caught the back of the net. Covered up by the White Bear goalie. Puck out to the point. Sydney going to try another one from out there. That one flies through the crease. Cora was a centering pass. Nula was tied up, couldn't get to it. Puck in the middle. Sydney steps up. Lydia stepped up. Took a swipe at it. White Bear enters the Nordic end. June flings it right back out. Nula hot on their trail. White Bear gains the Nordic end again. And they send one down low. And it's intercepted by Sydney. And Sydney just loses the handle on it. Gets a little out ahead of her. Lillian cuts that off before Elliott has to do anything. Got a little hairy there for a second. Oh, still sitting in the middle. Can't get the shot off. They do get a shot off, but Elliott's all over it. Face-off lines up behind Elliott. Sawyer's right there with White Bear. But they get it in the middle. Can't pull the trigger on a shot. Cut it back on Remy. Remy gets her stick back in the play. Puck's still getting a little deep in the Nordic end here, and Sawyer's finally able to skate away with it. Oh, and Sawyer can't get around that one defender. Tied up in the neutral zone. Hadley muscles it through. Hadley from the circle. Off the pipe. Bing! And Sawyer's going to hold this one in. She fires it. Oh, no. Maybe I'll call that a pass to Sophie. That was a shot. Sawyer holds the puck in, holds it in, holds it in. Still holds it in. And White Bear's going to skate this one out. Pestered the whole way, and Lillian Johnson ends up with it, and back the other way comes Lillian. What a move by Lillian, and Lillian fires it right past the goalie's face, and it's 3-0 Nordic. Oh, boy. Hula holds him out of their end, and Lydia with free reign, and is going to get to the goalie. Lydia got it, took a shot, but ended up on the side of the net. And back come the Bears. Sydney takes care of that, and Nula with it. Nula across the center line. Throws it in and comes off for a change. Remy chases after. White Bear, first one's to it. Sol tries to hold it in, but White Bear's able to get it out. Not only that, they're able to gain the offensive end. And ends up with Hadley. Hadley's forced to circle around. Outlet pass up to June. A lot of mustard on that one. June can't handle it. So back comes White Bear. Hadley cuts him off, gets the puck back herself. Hadley around Elliott. A few defenders behind Hadley, a couple in front of her. She gets by a few more. Tries a backhand flip out to Soph, but it was just behind her. Right there, slams on the brakes. Sawyer holds it in. Sawyer from the top of the zone. Shot blocked. Deflected into the corner where Sophia had it. Sophia, centering pass, just out of Hadley's reach. And White Bears going to skate this one out. And they're able to poke it right by Sawyer, but she's going to grab it in the corner here. There's somebody there, and Sawyer plays it off the boards. Oh, got one more to beat. She can't do it. Loses the puck. Gets it the length of the ice, but back the other way comes White Bear. And Sophia turns him over. Sophia, her shot, knuckleball. Wide. White Bear gets it out of their end. Lillian pokes it away on the boards. Sawyer with the puck. And we got an offside, I believe. 35 seconds to go in the first period of hockey. No, is that a penalty? Looks like the Nordics end up in the box or something. That shot deflected off Sydney's shin pads, back behind the net. White Bear back out to the top of the circle. They slap one in, intercepted by Hadley. Back comes Hadley. Hadley's got one to beat. Oh, and she gets it poked away, but Remy's right behind her. Remy picks up right where Hadley left off. Sydney holds it in, fires it back down in the corner. Hadley Johnson with it. Hadley cuts it back. And that'll do it for period number one. Nordics up 3-rip. 55 seconds to go in the power play. Emmy. I need to do an interview.
Okay. Oh, can I come in?
Yeah, you guys can all.
Hi. Okay, I just hold it.
Yeah, what did Nordics do well in that first period there?
They were attacking the puck and they were going after it and taking good shots.
Yeah. And what do they need to do in the second period to keep that momentum?
Just like be really good at hockey, you know? And like win the blue lines a little bit more. Yeah.
And don't get more. They got a couple penalties, so
Don't get any more penalties.
yeah, don't get penalties.
Like it's we win when we don't get penalties, okay?
Yeah, keep winning.
But don't be any less aggressive, okay?
Emily, anything to add?
Keep skating up the puck.
Keep skating.
And don't
And play hockey,
guys.
guys.
Just like and don't throw the puck when you have room to like skate it up. Cause that's
Yeah.
There you have it.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Which kid? Oh, did she get? Oh, Sawyer's in the. What'd she get in the penalty for? Well, there's no men at all, so that's stupid. Now I know what the penalty was. Sawyer, too many men on the ice. But there's no men. All right, period 2 underway. Sid slaps it away. Momentum took her away from it, but Nordics end up with it. Cora to Lillian. Lillian couldn't handle. And so puck stuck in the Nordics end right now. Oh, good puck movement here by the Bears. Almost snuck one by. Back out. Top of the circle. They backhand it back into the corner. Cora has it behind Elliott. She's trying to just get it out. Can't. Held in by the Bears. She's going to skate it up. Top of the circle. Fires one in, and they get a goal. And the Bears on the board, 3-1. Buck, buck. Horn sounds. I don't know why. Face off, controlled by White Bear Lake, and they just throw it in. Sawyer has it. Sawyer chips it off the boards. Looking to get a bank into Sylph. White Bear Lake ends up with it. They skated out of their own end. Across the red line they come. Offside. Remy was a steal and an icing. Nula intercepts that centering pass, skates it out. Gets it on the White Bear side. Takes a tumble. White Bear with it behind their own net. And they skate it out. Make a little headway even. Oh, I didn't see that last defender. I thought Sid had a free run at that puck. Cora comes out wide. Cora. Pass into Lydia. And they get us for offside. Hadley takes up face-off. Shot from the top of the circle. Blocked. Another one. How that didn't go in, I don't even know. Came off the skate of the goalie. And White Bear just able to get it out. Sawyer's back there. Sawyer pokes it away. Gives it to Hadley. Hadley cuts it back up the middle. Shot. Oh! Deflected by the goalie and just rolled wide. Almost found the back of the net. Sawyer's going to step up. She takes a shot. I don't even know where that was aimed. Off the planet. Back out to Lillian. Lillian, her shot. It's almost in. Remy took a swing at it, and back around the net it comes. Icing. White Bear tries to chip it out, held in by June, and finally flipped out, but onto the stick of Sydney. White Bear pokes it away from Sydney, but Nordic's able to send it right back in. White Bear able to get it right back out. June forced to retreat a little. Errant pass into Sydney, but Sydney's right back in the play. Tries to play it up the board. Sanula cut off. White Bear trying to get it in the front of the net. Cora takes it away. And a nice job holding it in by White Bear, but the Nordic's able to get it out. Stalls at the red line, and back comes White Bear. June to Sydney. Sydney with room. Cut off quick, but she backhands it out and gets the puck right back. Sydney going to try again. Cuts it back. Dispatches of 3 defenders. And then tries to send one in from half court. Sawyer steps up. Sawyer. That one was a little more on target. Still not quite. Lillian. She fires one down low. Deflected and sent a little lower by Remy, but wide behind the net. And Hadley sends the girl down to the ice, keeps the puck. Sophie in the mix. Sophie. Hadley. Out to Lillian. Lillian takes a quick one. Off the skate of White Bear. Sawyer pokes it forward. Can Sawyer hold it in? No. Puck comes out. Lillian back to scoop it up. Pass to Hadley. But White Bear has it. Sawyer pokes it up to Sophia. And Sophia dumps it into the White Bear end. White Bear with it behind their own net. Looks like they're going to get this one out. Sawyer takes it right away. Hadley turns and fires one, deflected, and a good save. Sawyer. No. Sophie! Couple of good saves there by the White Bear goalie, but just not enough to stop the 3 ensuing rebounds, and Sophie finally finds the top shelf. Nordics lead 4-1. White Bear gains the Nordic end. They try a centering pass, and they just lasered that through the zone. Back out to the point. G to D pass. Sent one in on Elliott, and it was deflected, but deflected out wide. White Bear stands tall in the face of Nula and sends her back down to the ice. And White Bear has it. Sydney all over him behind Elliott. Puck sitting back there. June not letting anything happen. And Cora skates it. Cora can't clear. White Bear holds it in. June's able to get it out. White Bear tries to dump it right back in. Cut off by Nula. Lydia. Here come the Bears. Shot well wide. But they get their own rebound in the corner. Pass back out to the point, intercepted by Remy. Remy gets it stolen back by the Bears. Bears have it in the corner, try another centering pass. This time intercepted and taken over by Hadley, who gets her stick lifted. And White Bear Lake has it again. Their shot deflected again wide of Elliott. 5 minutes to go in period number 2. Here comes McCambridge. Backhand leave for Sophia. A little too much ahead of her. And Sophia's forced to send it back to the point. Sydney sends a backhand in. No icing. Sawyer has it. Sawyer up the boards. Sophia to Hadley. Hadley can't get anywhere. Oh, that was closer than anybody thought it was going to be. But back come the Bears. Across the red line. Sawyer, last one left. Sawyer stops him there. They get it back. Put a shot in on Elliott. Sounded like a blocker or a pad. Can't tell. Back around the net they come. Centering pass. Nobody home. Top of the circle. Stolen by Homestead. Homestead, one coming with her. Sophie gathers up that shot and just tosses one across the zone. Where Lillian fires one, and that's deflected by the goalie. Sawyer holds it in, skates it up, puts it down low. Sophie was there. Deflected before it could get to her. And White Bear trying to clear, held in by Lillian. Lillian sends it back down low. Lydia ties him up, but White Bear skates away. Oh, Sawyer wipes. Man, at 32 minutes into my stream, we will be watching that as a lesson. Hadley covers up that. Three minutes to go in period number 2. Nordic's up 4-1. White Bear turned and fired one. Luckily, June had tied them up. Sent that shot out wide, a wraparound attempt. Elliott saw that the whole way. Puts a paddle on it. Big mess of that face-off. Finally, the Nordics skate away. Self cross ice to Remy. Remy skates it in and gets it poked away, and back comes White Bear Lake. Icing is not on. Hadley. Uh-oh. White Bear Lake gains the Nordic end again and gives Elliott a job to do, and she sticks it back into the back corner. Nordics can't clear. Sydney tries to split three, can't do it, poked away, but onto the stick of Hadley. Hadley puts it across the ice to Nula. Nula meets a White Bear player on the boards. Well, White Bear's the one that skates away with it. Sawyer, hot off the bench, has the puck, cuts it up the middle. Held in. Sawyer pokes it away. Sawyer, good attempt at a rush there. Couldn't get it by the last one. White Bear across the zone behind their player. Oh, they get it down low. Good tie up there by Lydia. White Bear with it in the corner. White Bear muscling it down back into the Nordics end. Centering pass, gets in. Sawyer ties him up. Back out to the White Bear point. Sawyer ties him up again, and good job there by number 12. And she sends it up the boards to Sophia. Sophia chips it. Oh, and gets tripped up. Couldn't get it before White Bear. Sophia steals that one away. And that's it for period 2. 4-1 Nordics. $13 minutes to go. Face off. Out to White Bear. Letty skates it in to the White Bear end. Bears have it behind their own net. Solf keeps it in, gets it herself, cuts it back, trying to get it back out to the point, but that pass was stopped before it got started. But Sophie's still right there. And Sawyer cuts her off, takes the puck. Sawyer up the far boards here. Sawyer cuts it out wide, beats a couple. Sends one towards the net, but just over the crease into the corner. Lillian, good job holding that in. Oh, jeez. I don't know if the goalie saw that one. That was inches away from sneaking in. Sawyer holds it. Fires one low. It's blocked by the White Bear defense, but still sitting in the slot for the Nordics. Hadley Johnson takes it. Hadley sends one right through the crease. Back out to Sawyer. Sawyer, shot blocked and back into the corner. Back out to Sawyer. Sawyer holds. And that's going to be it. Lydia almost slapped one in there. but it was deflected wide into the corner. White Bear clears, but Nordic's right back in. Lydia skates with it, loses it out to the side, tries to turn and send the centering pass in, but it's taken over by White Bear. Sydney gets through a couple of defenders, runs into one of them, and everybody falls down. Oh, geez, and Cora into Nula. Everybody falling down. And Elliott gloves one from a tough angle. Hadley takes the face off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. And White Bear pulls within 2. And here they come, looking for making it a 1-score game. Poked away by Sawyer. Onto the stick of Hadley. Hadley's going to get it back to her. No, she was not offside. Her stick was offsides. Right there, gets it across the red line. Sawyer cuts him off into the corner. Centering pass. Stopped by Elliott. Puck comes out. Rolling around in there for a while. Hadley around. Hadley with a good shot off and gloved by the White Bear goalie. The Bears are coming alive here, though. They smell a little bit of blood in the water, I think. Face off out to Nula. Taken away by the Bears and held in for a second by Sydney. Chipped out. Offsides. What are you guys doing? And Nordic's gonna do the Nordic thing and just stand around, watch him pass the puck around for a little bit. Deflected puck. Elliott kicked it. Lost it for a split second, then found it again. Hadley takes the face off herself, dumps it in, trying to be the first one to it, and she is, but it gets slapped off of her stick. And Hadley gets sent into the boards. Back out to the point. Sydney can't handle it. June turns it back the other way. Oh, White Bear gains his own. Block shot by June. Back behind the net comes Sydney. Up to Sophia. Sophia banks it off the boards. The Sophie special. The Sophie special again. And Sophie with it. Shot through the crease. Remy grabs it halfway up the boards. Puts it back around the net. And White Bear. Shot it on Elliott. Takes her stick, puts it on the backboards. And Sydney with 3 in front of her cuts it back on a few. Sydney. She finds the back of the net. Gets it back to 3 goals, and that's a second goal for Sydney to Cambridge. And it's 5-2 Nordics. And finally a little bit of breathing room again. Got interesting there for a second. And it really shouldn't have. Lydia tried to tip that pass up to herself. She tipped it, but held on the skates of the White Bear League players. Sawyer pokes it back up top. White Bear sends it back down low. Sawyer has it again. Sawyer forced to retreat behind her own goalie. Not a lot of room for 12, but somehow she escapes. Sawyer from the circle. She sends one in. Gets in on the goalie. Tries to get her own rebound in. Cora from the blue line. Blocked before it got in. Right there, back around their own goalie. Coming up the middle of their zone. They just dump it. And off the bench, Sophie has it. Nordics on for a change. But Lillian with possession of it. Lillian gains his own, sends it up the middle. White Bear Lake skates away with it. Sawyer holds it in, holds it in, holds it in. Sawyer keeps holding it in. Nice job there by 12. But White Bear back with it behind the net. Lillian tried to put a shot on net off the skate of Sophie. Sophie took it and ripped it off the back of a White Bear player. Back up top. Sawyer holds it, skates it in. Sawyer shot. Oh, bounced over. I thought that went in for a second. Did not. Sophie has it. Sophie to Lillian. Lillian through everybody to Hadley, and Hadley's backhand finds the back of the net. And it's now 6-2. And man, I hope that's enough. 4-goal lead for the Nordics. There's 5:23 to go. Right there with it in the corner. Back up, trying to get it back over the point. Wave icing off. Sydney pokes it away, but June couldn't do more with it. And White Bear skates it in. Oh, it's the crossbar. Right over the head of Elliott. Cora back the other way. Cora got 5 defenders on her. Couldn't get her shot in. Oh, held in by Sydney. Sydney sends another one and kicked away by the White Bear goalie. Sophie trying to get a rebound in the corner. Plays it back out to Sydney. Sydney plays it back down low to Soph. Soph slaps it away from the White Bear player. Nobody can get possession yet. 2 White Bear and 1 Sophie. Lydia joins the party. And White Bear able to get it out. But gives it to Sydney, and Sydney sends it, tries to send it in, deflected. June pokes it in, but only White Bear take over. Hadley with a poke check. Can't get the puck back herself. held in there by Remy. But White Bear with it in their own end. Oh gosh, 3-on-1. Sawyer pokes it away. Textbook defense there by 12. 51 minutes to go in the stream. That'll be another lesson. And just chipping that one in will be another lesson. Lily in there on defense takes it away. Good pass up to Sophie. Sophia Younger has it on the boards. Way tough angle. Shot goes behind the net. Remy takes a swipe at it. Centering pass. Hadley found it, took a swing, and missed it. And White Bear's able to get it out. And there's 12 again. Leaves it for Lillian. Sawyer and Lillian do just enough to get that shot off target. Sawyer gets around a couple, tied up on the boards, gets around one more, still has the puck. Two more in front of her. Sawyer's shot blocked, gets it herself, trying to muscle it through. She does, has it behind the net. Sawyer still with possession, sends a centering pass in, that's intercepted. And back comes White Bear. Lydia takes it. Uh-oh. Almost a turnover in her own end. That's got to be icing, yeah. 2:03 to go. Cora comes away with the face-off. Plays it out wide. Cora out wide. Side of the circle. Shot blocked in the corner. Cora still has it. Passes it to Lydia. Lydia with a good look. And it went wide. Back out top. Sydney McCambridge sends it back down into the corner. Nula can't find it in her skates. .122 to go. Remy skates it out. Gives it right back. White Bear dumps it in. June's going to truck after it. June. First one there. Swings it around the boards to Sid. Sydney trying to get it out. Leaves it to Hadley. Hadley retreats. Hadley almost gets it in the net off of a White Bear defender, but Elliott saw that. Slams the door. 55 seconds to go. Nordic's up 6-2. They should be able to sulk this one away. Uh-oh. Wrap around the tent, sent wide. Right there, leaving the goalie in. That's good for us. Right there, top of the circle. Deflected. Good idea. But deflected wide. I don't know why we can't get it out here. And Lillian's able to chip it away. Or no, Sophia. Oh, good defense there by White Bear. Holds Sophia stick up. And Sophia wraparound. Good goaltending there, too. And 18 seconds left. Lydia pins them off right as they enter the Nordic's end. Good little move there, and they get a shot in on Elliott, and she sends it into the corner. And now there's only 5 seconds left, and that ought to do it. Nordics are going to get a victory. 6-2.